Yo, what is up, my guys? You guys know it's me, Sage Samurai here, guys, and today we're doing What If Naruto had Rengoku's flame breathing. You guys love this series. I love it myself. If you guys know, I recently ended the Deadpool series. Yeah, sorry, guys. Um, well, at least you guys have one more series, and yeah, pretty much that's all I'm gonna say. Um, if you guys, I'm gonna post another. I'm gonna do another post tomorrow, cause I wanted to give you guys another post for what if you guys want me to do in the future. Considering that the what ifs I've been choosing so far, I mostly because I think it's a good idea. And if your what if it's not chosen for the future, like for the next part, don't worry, I will do eventually a what if on that too, cause that's just me. I'm just me, guys. But either way, enough of that. Let's just get started with this what if, and yeah. Alright, guys, let's get started with this what if. As we start off this what if, we see Naruto and his gang, going around the village until we see Konohamaru. He's running around, and they see him being held up by a man or whatever it was, as they'll see him being held up by the collar. Naruto, seeing this, would instantly rush into action, as well as Sasuke. As both of them would then be right in front of whoever is holding Konohamaru, as they would have both of their kunai at the guy's neck, as both of them would say, "Drop the kid." As Konohamaru would then be dropped, as we then see frightened Kankuro, who was completely shocked that these two were able to catch him off guard. As Kankuro, he would have been like, uh, damn you, freaking leaf ninja. He ends up about to pull out his puppet, but, Tamari ends up stopping him. As, Naruto is like, nah, pull out the puppet. I dare you. As Sasuke and Sakura look at Naruto like, wait, what? As Naruto, he's itching for a fight. As, he wants to freaking defeat this man. And Kankuro, he can just sense this battle instinct of his. He's like, you know what? Never mind. I don't want to. I'm gonna save this for later. As we then see, as Gar would then walk down, as he'll then say, Kankuro, you're a disgrace. As Kankuro would then feel down, as he'll feel a little bit down. As Gara would then look at Naruto, as he's like, what's your name? As Naruto's like, I'm Naruto Uzumaki. And you, as Gar would then say, I'm Gara of the Sand. Naruto would look at this man like, Gara of the Sand, as both of them are filling each other up. As Naruto, he can sense that this man has a Jinchuriki inside of him. As he doesn't know how, but he can just sense that he has a Jinchuriki. As Gara can sense that too. As Naruto, he's like, you're just like me. If you guys are wondering how Naruto knows that, he's a Jinchuriki, he really doesn't. But what he means by, Gaara's just like him is like, he can tell that Gaara went through the same thing that he went through. The villagers being practically pieces of shit, all that happening. As Gaara, he's like, you're like me. As Naruto and him just look at each other with a death stare, as both of them would then walk away. As, both of their teams will follow. As Naruto would then tell them, guys, we're gonna go train. As, Sasuke agrees to this, although he's asked Naruto what was all that about. As Naruto's like, that guy is strong, and he's itching for blood. He's gonna kill, trust me. As this will widen them, as Naruto then says, although we're already strong, we're not strong enough to face him. He will kill you in an instant, and I'm not joking. As this would actually scare Sasuke and Sakura, as they don't want to die. As Naruto, although he didn't want to show, he was also scared, considering that just thought of death and him not doing anything about it, terrifies him. As they will go back to a training ground, as they'll instantly get into training. As we're just gonna do a time skip to the very next day, where Team 7 would actually begin to now participate in the tuning exams. As they would go in, as they would see a big group of ninja waiting at the door. However, they can tell that this is just a genjutsu, as they decide to to not tell them that it was a genjutsu, considering that they were all weak if they couldn't get past that. As they're gonna continue on until they end up meeting up with Rock Lee, who ends up challenging Sasuke. As Sasuke, at first he looks at Naruto to see, should he accept the challenge or not. As Naruto's like, how about you give him like a quick warning? As Naruto would describe it. Sakura is like, I don't know how to say this quick warning. Can Sasuke even do that? And she looks at Naruto as Naruto's like, yeah, good point. Try to hold back like a lot. And Sasuke is like, 1 to 1, I'll give him that much. As Naruto's like, okay, don't go that deep. Sasuke, he's confused, but he decides to go ahead and fight not Gara. Rock Lee, as both of them would then get into the combat. As this would actually play similar like how it did in canon at first, Lee outspeeding Sasuke, and Sasuke, he's like, oh shit, I can't keep up with this man, and he's like, you know what, nah, fuck that shit. As Sasuke, he ends up activating his 3 Tamori Sharingan, as he was able to keep up with Lee's speed easily, and in fact was able to blitz this man and just beat him to the ground, as Lee was knocked the fuck out. As Sasuke would then smirk, and she's like, well, I have to give it to you. You're way faster than I expected. As Neji and Tenten were watching this in awe, as Neji was like, so that's the Uchiha prodigy. As Tenten would then look at him, he's like, that guy's pretty cute. As, Naruto would then say, good work, Sasuke. However, I was not expecting that guy to be so fast. As, Sasuke would then chuckle, he's like, yeah, me neither. As they both look at Lee, as they say, I gotta give respect to that guy. He's fast. As they'll go into, enter the exam. As we're gonna do another time skip. So as soon as they enter the room, they'll get hit by bloodlust, but they're unfazed considering that, they actually have faced death before and they have been trained. They're not gonna be scared of something like that. As Naruto, he would just, he would just play this like, oh look, bloodlust, and he'll pretend to be scared, as it was sort of like mocking the other people. As Kabuto would then go in and he's like, you shouldn't say that. As Naruto's like, and who are you? As Kabuto would then explain himself, being, his fake identity and everything. As everyone in Team Zero, like, we don't believe that bullcrap for a second. As, all of them are like, who the hell is this man? As then Kabuto can say that, he can give them any information they need. As they're like, no thanks, we're good over here. As they're about to leave, the rest of the teams would then come in. Rock Lee's team, Gaara's team, all the other teams, Shikamaru's team, Hinata's team, all that would come in. Is all of them would then swarm Kabuto and everything except for Team 7 and also literally Gaara's team, considering that they don't want none of that bullcrap. As Ibiki would then come in, announce the test, as all of them would then do it. And let me just say this, none of them give zero fucks about it. Naruto, he did struggle, but he decided to just, chuckle as he's like, oh well. As he just, leaves it there, he's not going to answer this. And in fact, he just puts on a confident grin, considering that Naruto feels like he's just going to pass. Because, he's such a lad. As Naruto, after a while, he does pass. Naruto knew it. He was like, man, what did I tell y'all? As suddenly we then see Anko, break into the room like a crackhead. And she's like, all right, rookie, it's time for you to join up. As Ibiki would then say, he will scold Anko for interrupting him. But Anko would then criticize him, saying, oh, look, you let this many people pass. As he will be embarrassed, but, he will let it continue. As Anko would then look at the new Genin, as she then licks her lips. As Naruto and Sasuke are like, ooh, I sense bad news. As then she then explains about the Forest of Death and how they had to sign the waivers, as they would do that. They'll do that pretty easily. As I'm just gonna skip to when they're in the forest, considering that everything's just gonna, do the same. In the forest, they're jumping through tree to tree, as they were actually able to spot a team, as Sasuke was able to, beat them up pretty easily, and he was able to get not one, but actually both of the scrolls that they need, considering that, they had 2 of the same scroll. So Sasuke kept both of them for just in case, for safekeeping. As they decide to go on, Naruto can sense an immense bloodlust coming their way as Naruto then freezes as he's like, shoot, who the hell is this man? As we then see a big snake come in as Naruto's like, oh hell no man, you got me fucked up. As Naruto ends up pulling out his sword, he then says, take this, as he ends up throwing out his flying Raijin kunai. As he then says, flame breathing, first form, unknowing fire, as he then vanishes. As he ends up slamming, like literally like slamming his blade straight into the neck of the snake, as the snake's head would then be completely cut off. As he's like, hey yo, I cleaned that bitch. And the snake's body would then fall into the ground. As Naruto would then say, I see, so there's a snake in the forest. As we then see Orochimaru appear in his disguise, as he then says, very interesting. As Orochimaru is now happy, as now he has two targets, as he then looks at Naruto and Sasuke, considering that Naruto just displayed the forbidden technique that literally all the nations feared. As Orochimaru now wants Naruto badly. Like, hey, yo, Orochimaru, you need to chill. As Orochimaru, he ends up rushing at, Naruto as, let me just give you a short, brief example of what's going to happen to Orochimaru. He gets teamed, alright? He gets jumped by Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura. They're beating the absolute shit out of this man. However, Orochimaru, he's not a pushover, and he even causes them to have to unleash their seals that they have on them. As soon as they release their gravity seals, it will become a harder fight for Orochimaru. As he's even suggesting that he can go all out and, just mollywop them, but still, it's, he's trying to hold back a lot, but it's not working, considering that these guys are way beyond from holding back. As they were actually able to overpower Orochimaru enough until Naruto finally landed his powerful attacks on him, as well as Sasuke and Sakura, as Orochimaru was sent flying. As they took this opportunity to run away, leaving a very pissed and injured Orochimaru as he ends up getting up. As he ends up, saying that he's going to have to find another way to get to Sasuke. As we're going to go and do another time skip to when they make it to the middle, to the preliminaries. As that would actually happen, all of them would arrive as they're, all of them are exhausted except for Team 7 and Gaara's team, considering that these teams are freaking broken. What am I supposed to say? As Naruto, he's just, interested, my man. Like, he's right now interested on who's going to fight first. As, he wants to get a good fight. As the first fight that Naruto gets would be up against Kiba. As Naruto's like, oh, fuck. No. Are you... Oh, my God. Are you freaking kidding me, dog? This is some bullshit. By the way, guys, I'm pretty sure you guys are wondering, like, hey, yo, is Naruto a Chunin or something? As I'm going to say this, Genin and Chunin are allowed to participate, and, if the Chunin passes, then he becomes a Jonin, and if the Genin passes, become a Chunin, and some Genin can become Jonin as well. So, yeah, Naruto will be going up against Kiba. Kiba will talk his shit, but we all know he can't back that shit up, so he gets folded like an omelet by Naruto. And Naruto even says this to himself, saying, I could have literally fought Hinata, and that would have been a better fight. As he ends up walking off, making Kiba look like a disgrace. Which he is. As, everyone's impressed that Naruto was able to finish the man easily, as Neji can tell that Naruto is holding back, as he's like, what the heck is this? As I'm gonna just, skip the other matches. Sasuke and Sakura, they end up winning their matches easily because they ain't fodder characters. Neji versus Hinata would happen as Naruto, his flame, his literally like flame of youth, it would literally made him stop Neji instantly, considering that Neji was about to kill Hinata. As Naruto was like, hey yo, you need to back the fuck up before I freaking chop off those freaking hands that you used to fight. As Neji's like, oh, you want to go against me? And Naruto is like stepping up to this man. He's like, oh yeah, come on, I'll put in that work if you want. So as the Jonin had to step in order to break those two up. As Neji's like, oh, don't worry, pull up. And Naruto's like, don't worry, I'm gonna pull up on you. Don't worry about it. As Naruto's like, don't worry, I'm gonna see you in the exams. Don't worry, I'm gonna freaking write my name right on that forehead of yours. As Neji's like, you won't even touch me, bitch. Both they're going at each other hard. As we're gonna do another time skip. As after that, the 1 month training was announced, and um, practically Sasuke, he's actually not going to train with Kakashi as like he is, but like Kakashi is actually going to be training with Naruto as well. So practically all the Team 7 are going to train with each other. And Jiraiya is also going to be there when Jiraiya arrives. He actually ends up knowing that Naruto already knows about his father, the real name about it, and he already knows. As Jiraiya explains to Naruto how he's his godfather, and not even gonna lie, Naruto is like, "Oh, so you're that? Oh, okay. So you're literally a piece of shit. You left me here to fend for myself, and you're a grown ass man who could have taught me how to defend myself, could have got me stronger. But hey, don't worry, it's cool, dog. It's don't worry, cause you know why? I made myself strong. I could have been as weak, as pathetic as you." As Jiraiya, he took that straight on. As for the 1 month training, all the Team 7 got a major power boost. All of them. Even Kakashi and Jiraiya, but not a lot, considering that, not that many. As Naruto won, Naruto, he has learned the Rasengan and the Totsummani, considering that, he trained the hardest. Sasuke, he learned the Chidori, and he actually learned how to do some version of the Kirin, but not the best, like not, to that degree. However, it's although he can at least shoot like a lightning dragon from his hand, but it's not going to be really big and not going to be very destructive. Sakura, she has improved a lot as well, as it's finally time for the final day of the exams. When they arrive, the arena will be over flooded with crowds of people waiting for this exam to start. As Naruto, he's like, I can't wait to wipe the smirk out of all these people's faces. Is when all the getting show up. The first one that's announced is Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze, as the village would be shocked at this, as they realize that Naruto was literally the fourth Hokage's son, which wasn't it pretty obvious, the blue hair, the blue eyes, but no, I guess people are blind in that village, I guess. As Naruto's like, that's right, that's right. What you guys been being mean to was the fourth Hokage's son. So all you guys are disgraced to the Heavenly Village. But you know what? Fuck it. As Naruto's match would then be announced, as it'll be him versus Neji. As Neji would then smirk, as he's like, it does not matter if you're the offspring of the fourth Hokage, you're still gonna lose. As Naruto's like, yeah. Remember, I want you to remember the exact same words that you say to me. I want you to remember them and eat those words when I'm done. As Naruto would then pull out his sword, as he would then do the flying Raijin. As let me just say this, Neji is mollywopped in 2 seconds flat at best. As Naruto did all his techniques in 2 seconds flat. As he first did the flying Raijin, as Neji was forced to be teleported like where Naruto used to be, as Neji would then see, as Naruto would then say all the flame breathing techniques all the way up to the fifth form, as he would not care. Neji is gonna take this L, and he's gonna take it like a man. And he did the first form, the second form, the third form, the fourth form, and the fifth form. And Neji couldn't even feel this at first, as after Naruto was done, everyone in the crowd laughed at him, thinking that he did something hilarious and something. Well, some of the crowd, not all of them, considering that some of them did not believe that Naruto was actually, Minato's son, which that's just another excuse for the Hidden Leaf Village to be retarded, but hey, I'm not even going to go into that. As they would then see as a big boom would then happen from Neji, as Neji would be covered in flames, as his body was burning, and there was many cuts and wounds everywhere. As everyone in the crowd eyes were widen, as Naruto would be declared the winner. As they had to literally they had to put a bunch of water on Neji to stop stop his body from burning completely. As Neji was taken away to the recovery room. As Naruto was like, he'll be alright. As the next match was Sasuke versus actually no, not Sasuke. It'll be Sakura versus Temari. As I'm into it right now, Temari talks her crap. Like she ends up talking to crap, talking about Yeah, you're strong. I'll give you that much. But like, you're not really that strong. And Sakura is like, just because I hold back on Ino does not mean I'm gonna hold back on your hoe ass. As Sakura's just looking at Tamari up and down until she sees Tamari's chest. She's like, oh hell no, you got me fucked up. As she ends up pulling out the freaking nine on her, as she ends up wrapping her arm into mud, as in the mud would then take form of a cannon. As Tamari's like, bring it. As she'll then, use her fan. As she'll then throw a bunch of wind, but Sakura will stand her ground. As she would then say, that's it. As she would then charge up a bunch of chakra to her arm cannon. As she would then yell, take this, horror no technique. As then suddenly her mother and father eyes widen as they're like, but we don't have that. And Sakura would then say, take this, water style, sea dragon water cannon. As then a humongous sea dragon would then shoot out of her cannon. As then this would literally freaking blow up in Tamari's face, as Tamari couldn't even dodge it, as she was in midair. As she was slammed into the wall, a big explosion would be heard, as it will be declared that Sakura was the winner. As Sakura, she smirked as she looked at her teammates that gave them, which they gave a approving smile to her, implying that she did a good job. As this was where I end the video. I really hope you guys do enjoy. I really hope you guys have a good night. I'm pretty sure it's night for y'all. If it's not, then yeah. Either way, guys, it's Sage Samurai, and I'm out. And peace.